Hi, this is English Recaps. Today I'm going to explain the movie Lucy. A lady coincidentally trapped in a deemed arrangement reverses the situations on her detainers and changes into a barbarous fighter developed past human's rationale. It should be a straightforward walk. What Lucy needed to do was convey a baffling sketch to Mr. Janks at quickly Lucy is up to speed. In a terrible arrangement where she is caught and transported into a medications donkey for a new and strong manufactured medication. At the point when she sacks and she conveying with her stomach releases, Lucy's body goes through incomprehensible changes that starts opens her brain's maximum capacity with her newly discovered powers. Lucy transports into an unfeeling zero and on getting back at her capture. She gets priceless assistance from Professor Norman, the main expert on human psychology, and French police commander Pierre Del Rio. The American Lucy is considering in Taiwan and is dating Richard that she met at a dance club. At the point when Richard has a folder case to convey the baffling Korean Mr. Jang, he deceives Lucy and slaves her to the essential. Lucy has no other choice except for meet Mr. Jang, who is a hazardous medication master that kills Richards. Lucy finds that the essential contains and the manufactured medications CPH4, and she is compelled to work with Mr. Janks as medication donkey with 3 different men and transport the medication to Europe concealed in their mid-regions. Anyway, one of her detainers kicks her in the midsections and delivers the CPH4 in her body. Before long, Lucy upgrades her mind's limits and fosters her physical and mental abilities. She utilized her capacity to kill the hoodlums and escapes anyway. Her power does not quite expanding and is obliterating Lucy that requirement to utilize more CPH4 to balance out her body. She contacts Professor Norman, who is an expert in cerebrum limit, and she researches turns into her desire to save her. However, Mr. Janks needs to recover his medication and is chasing Lucy down. Lucy is served against of in awful medications and illegal exploitation circumstance where her cerebrum is forever changed by an illicit new medications that gets inadvertently integrated during her imprisonment. At the point when she gets a kick to her midsection, the medications begin to spill into her body and she starts utilizing about 10% of her cerebrum and observes that she has under 24 to 48 hours to live. She finds the one neuro researchers and educator who can assist with catching her a super cerebrum peculiarity in the world before the reprobates and kill her all the while. Lucy, a 24-year-old American understudy in Taipei, ends up concentrated into feeling as a meditation's donkey for Taiwan's most perilous man. The strong Korean medication ruler Mr. Janks having no other decisions. Lucy is reluctantly exposed to a fast activity where a manufactured exceptionally test drug is embedded inside her longer mind reason to move in Europe. Notwithstanding when the powerful blue compound holds into a circulation system, the deadly potions will start a marvelous advancement of her cerebral movement, opening phenomenal abilities and impossible capacities that still outpast the run-of-the-mill 10% of mind use. Using extends Lucy's superpowers develops further continuously at the same times. Nobody realizes what will occur state for. Will Lucy often the privileged insight of the completely functional human psyche. Lucy, a youthful American lady living in Taipei, realized that she is in tough situations when he is going sweetheart of half a month. Richard, a man she doesn't actually know well, binds a locked, attached substance of skills to her wrist, driving her to convey it to an Mr. Janks in his cheeks loading sweet. A frightened Lucy rapidly discovered that Mr. Jang is a medication's head honcho who isn't declined to killing anybody in completing his work. That experience with Mr. Jiang's prompted Lucy being compelled to go about as one of his medication donkeys explicitly of strong manufactured medications. Called CPH4, things begin to change for Lucy. When she accidentally assaults a high portion of CPH4 into her framework, prompting a few psychological changes to herself. Most strangely in that she started to utilize increasingly more of her cerebral's matter than the standard a modest amount of most people, as Loki turns out to be increasingly more mindful of everything around her. An after effect of the medication she sets out two symptoms to ways. One being to get back to Mr. Jenks and his partners for what they have done to her, including the torment they have caused for her. At the other way might best means that second way, which incorporates recovering the CPH from the three other medication donkeys. It likewise includes Dr. Samuel Normal, ostensibly and the previous transformative scholar, and Paris police Captain Pierre Del Rio. The latter her standard to mankind and the requirement for a standard, which turns out to be increasingly more significant as she moves toward her ultimate objective. Thank you for watching.